Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. So everyone, thank you first for returning.
Yay!
We love our fans. And if you subscribe to our channel, we just want to say thank you so much.
Yes.
If you're new to our channel, welcome. And as we said, Gloria said, we are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
Yes.
But before we get started, just want to remind you, if you like our videos, please hit the thumb icon. Why not consider subscribing to our channel? And if you don't want to miss any of our videos, you can hit that bell notification. All right, let's get going.
Yes.
What teas are we drinking today? Well, not teas, but tea.
Yes, because we're together.
Yes, we are drinking Good Earth Original.
Yes.
And if you are a long time follower of us, you know that pre-COVID, this is what we drank, and we love it because
Yes.
it's sweet and spicy, a natural source of antioxidants,
Yes.
caffeine-free, sweet tea, no sugar, from the fields of 5 continents. And they used to serve this at a restaurant called Good Earth in the Bay Area.
My
And
favorite.
you could smell that cinnamony.
On the road,
Oh,
even
goodness.
as you're pulling into the driveway to park your car, you could smell this tea.
It's amazing, and I wish that we had that restaurant again. Oh, that was so good.
It was the best.
The one on Stevens Creek.
Yes, that was my favorite.
And I moved to the U.S. in 1994, and it wasn't there for that long
Right.
when I discovered it, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
I know.
And I do remember that smell very distinctly. But
Yes.
we've had it seeping for a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm excited because the weather is a bit dreary today.
It's a little
It's supposed to
cold.
rain. But cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Oh, that smell just brings back that memory.
Memories.
Yeah, it's so good. Yum, yum, yum. That's Good
I
Earth.
love
Oh,
it.
and don't they have a little saying at the back or
Yes,
something?
they do. Yes, they do.
Let's see.
Okay,
Do they
so
have-
mine says,
I don't think I'm going to be able to read mine.
it says, unless you believe you will, it is, okay, I'm going to have to get my readers.
Oh.
My blue blockers, these are to protect my
No.
eyes from
I was
the
trying to
freeze.
open this up and then the whole tea bag came out.
Oh, no. Oh,
It's
no.
okay. Onto my little notepad.
Okay, so now what does this say? This says, unless you believe, you will not understand. That's deep.
Unless you believe, you will not understand. Believe is important.
Absolutely.
It really is.
You must believe.
And you're going to have to read this one because
Oh.
I can't. Put your glasses on and read it.
Okay, let's see. Every artist was first in. Okay. Every artist was first in. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to put them all the way on.
Put it all the way
I'm
on.
gonna have to put them all the way on. Okay. Every artist was first an amateur. I love that.
Yes.
So it's saying, you got to start somewhere.
Everybody didn't start off as a professional.
No.
Got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
And
you
for
gotta...
sure enough, they were.
Yes, I love it. So like Rosetta said, we're Silicon Valley girls that chat over tea. And we are also Ellen girls. We love, love, love our Ellen. And as you know, this is her final season. And Ellen always reminds everyone to be kind to one another. During COVID, she also added, listen to one another, because there was a lot of things going on in the world. And one of the things that I love is, I just love the essence of Ellen and her show, her kindness, her love. And she started her final season, 19, and I love it, and I'm a little disappointed because it is her final, and I know she's probably tired. Just hold on. I want Ellen to do more shows. She's been having co-hosts here and there.
Yes, she
and
has.
The people are really nice human beings. They're just not Ellen.
Just not Ellen. And I know why you're disappointed, because I'm disappointed for the same reasons. The last season, 19, should be going out with a bang. And Sorry, Ellen, we love you, but we want you to be on every day.
Yes.
I mean, it's great that you have people that stand in for you. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't mind those people, but they're not Ellen.
No.
Ellen, you have something different and unique that
Yes.
other people. That's why you're Ellen.
That's right.
No one can.
And you know, I
Yeah.
even thought at one point maybe she's doing it to, you know, put someone into that role. And I've watched the co-host, and I'm like, they're okay. They're just not you.
They're just not you, Ellen. So we
Yes.
are a bit disappointed.
Yes.
And don't know what to say because you've already got it all planned out, season 19.
Yes.
What we expected is a bit different than
Yes.
how it's
We
going.
expected Ellen.
Every day, 5 days a week.
Every show. Every show would
Every
be
show,
you.
we want our Ellen. We need our dose of Ellen before
Yes.
you leave.
Yes, please. I mean,
So-
we understand, you know, like when Oprah left, you know, you could never watch the Oprah Winfrey Show unless you saw the Oprah
Well,
Winfrey Show
Oprah-
and recorded it. And-
Yes, through how many years she
Yes.
was on show,
yeah.
not one episode did she
Yeah.
have someone cover for her.
No.
No one subbed in for her. It was
Yeah.
her because it was Oprah Winfrey Show and she was on there every
Every-
single day, 5 days a
Absolutely.
week.
Absolutely.
So,
So we miss you. Please come back.
and we're just stating that
Yes.
we miss you so much that we don't want you ever to have another guest host there.
Absolutely. Now, as a lot of you know, I think it was supposed to be the beginning of October when Wendy went on sabbatical. She was like, I'll see you all in October. So October 4th came, no Wendy. I was like, what's
Oh.
up?
Hmm.
And then, you know, the next week came, and I'm like,
You're talking about Wendy Williams.
Yes,
are you?
the Wendy Williams
Yes,
show.
how you doing?
how you doing? So the first show finally came on Monday.
Okay.
I mean, this is mid-October now. And it was a panel of 4 individuals who kind of co-hosted the show. And they said, Wendy, we know that you're going to be, Michael Yo was the primary commentator of the event. And Bevy was there, Bevy Smith was there. And I'm like, we know you're going to be okay. I can't find anything specific about it. However, there was at one point they thought Wendy had COVID-19.
Hmm.
They have now said that that's not what's going on. However, she's having medical complications. And as we all know, she has Graves. So, Wendy, we love you. We hope you're okay. You're taking care of yourself. You know, once again, we got a co-host. So the panel was, the first day was Monday. And then Tuesday, Lena Remy came on.
Lena Remedy from,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. So she came on, and she is now, you know, she did 2 shows. She did Tuesday and today.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, she's okay. She's not Wendy.
Well, I'll have to watch that because I kept watching to see when it was on.
Yeah.
She never came on. I stopped looking.
Yeah.
So now you tell me I'm going to look.
Yeah.
But Wendy,
And then once you check
yes.
it out, you know, let me know what you think, because they talk about, you know, we know you're going to be okay. They're not saying what's wrong.
I'm going to
And-
do some digging into this and
Yes.
see if we can find something for the next chat we have.
Because we
but-
really love Wendy.
But Wendy's never really, she's not like Ellen where she just has like
No,
co-hosts
no.
sub in for her whenever. She's
No.
always on there. She's not like, if her show's not on, that's fine.
Right.
But when she's on, the show's on, she's on.
She's it. And
It's her.
Lena Remedy, she was like, you people are coming after me. I am not trying to take Wendy's show. She goes, I live in California. The Wendy Williams show is in New York.
New York, yes.
She goes, I'm just helping my friend.
So something is amiss, and we're
Yes.
going to find out because it's very unlike Wendy.
Absolutely. So we're going to keep you in our thoughts and prayers, Wendy, and we know you'll be back as soon as you can, because honey, there's so much for you to talk about. I want you to talk about Kanye West changing his name and that mask he's walking around in, because I mean, if I saw him, I would scream. So get well, come back to us. We got lots to talk about. Celine Dion.
Yes, Celine Dion. So I was looking because San Jose, Broadway, we have the performing arts in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at shows to see what tickets there were. And all of a sudden, something popped up saying Celine Dion is coming to the Bay Area. So I'm like, oh, let me have a look. And then I don't know what happened, but I never really got tickets for it. But I realized that Celine Dion is opening again in Vegas.
Yes, she's starting her residency.
The residency, but not at Caesars like she did
No.
before, at the other resort, the new one. I forget the name of it.
Yes.
The new one. I
Yes.
forget. What's the new one? People, put it down.
Chat.
I'll remember.
Help your
It's
girls out.
something resort. It's got all the Asian food court and stuff.
Yes.
However, she's had to put her show on hold because she has actually got involuntary muscle spasms that's affecting her performance. And she's done all these warm-ups and rehearsals, gearing up for this, but she's had to put it on hold indefinitely, and she's got doctors trying to figure out what this muscle spasm is. So that's something that is concerning, because if it is very persistent, so she's got to a point where she's had to delay the opening of the show. Oh, it's Resorts World. That's what it is in Vegas. Resorts World. So she's going to do a new stint on that, but she had to postpone it, it has to be something serious, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
So you know what? When she said that, when I heard that she had these muscle spasms and they're involuntary, when my son was going to see a chiropractic neurologist, when he was in 8th grade, they assessed, the chiropractic neurologist assessed that he had involuntary muscle spasms.
Wow.
And I'm like, he didn't even know, we didn't even know, and and the doctor would point it out to us.
Right.
And through different things, because we went to the doctor for other things, this was just something that came up during the assessment. He did all these exercises to help my son.
Right.
And after that, those involuntary muscle spasms disappeared. So I'm thinking, Celine Dion, you might want to go and see a chiropractic neurologist. And they don't treat you with medication.
Right.
They give you assessments through exercise, and then they come up with the cause of it, and they give you exercises depending on your situation. So I'm thinking this is a really good try.
Absolutely.
So Celine Dion, if you're out there, go to chiropractic neurologist and see if they can help you. Because I don't think that any amount of medication is going to cure this.
No.
You've got to do something. It has to be thinking outside the box.
Yes.
So here I am, Celine.
Yes.
Offering you some really good advice because it worked for my son.
Yes.
But she's thinking in March to do a world tour.
Wow.
So hopefully she gets better for that, even way before March.
Wow.
Because it'll be great. And I'm wondering if she's even going to do that, whatever the Bay Area tour that she was going to do. Yeah, it was only 2 days.
Wow.
So
we'll keep an eye out, and if we find out something, we'll put it down below so that you can check it out.
Yeah, we wish you speedy recovery, and hopefully you can overcome this and try a chiropractic neurologist.
Absolutely. So the last time we talked, I told you that our first cruise ship from Princess had arrived. It had 2,000 people on it. It stayed in the Bay Area 2 days, which is unusual, because normally when you hit a port of call, the blessing is if you can get off the ship at 8 o'clock and you stay there to maybe 10 o'clock at night, but that's about it. We never got to stay overnight unless it was something very specific as part of the tour.
Right.
So I was just like, wow, this is awesome. Well, Princess is back in San Francisco. They have started opening up all the bookings for Alaska, Hawaii, and the two, they call them coastal. So you can cruise south down to San Diego, or you can cruise north up to Canada.
Nice.
So they have 4 different suite of cruises. I'm still not ready yet. I love cruising. I'm still not ready yet because there's just too much unknown. However, I think once they start running them and then we start seeing, okay, they went to Hawaii, we didn't hear anything back, because that's 15 days. That's 5 out, 5 days, 5 back. And then they're going to start up the coastals. And those are really beautiful. If you've never done a coastal, it's very relaxing because you're on the ship and you're far enough away where you can't really see the island. However, all they got to do is turn the ship and go in, and you're in San Diego, or you would be back on our coastal side. So
Nice,
it's really,
nice.
really beautiful.
I'm debating, and I think I may go on a cruise, but not this year. Depending, there's several things that have to happen. One, everybody that goes on the cruise ship have to all be vaccinated. That would be
verified.
And verified.
This crap
yes.
of just saying,
you have to show
I
your
got it.
vaccinated card. That's what I want. And then you have to be COVID tested. So those are the only things that I would want to do. Like once you get on the ship, maybe they could do some kind of COVID testing or something.
Because, initially, and I don't know if Princess is doing this, they were allowing both on the ships. And then they would have the vaccinated ones in one sections and
the non-vaccinated on another side. Forget that. So
you're walking on your way to your room, which is down one hall, and you just sneeze and leave a few droplets behind.
No, I'm not. Forget it. I'm not going to go on a cruise ship like that. Every single person on the ship has to be vaccinated.
Yes.
But you know what? My sister just came back from a cruise. And I'm like, you're braver than me, because she goes, but everyone had to be vaccinated.
Yes.
And when she came back, she had to she's quarantining right now. So we'll see. Maybe next year I might consider going on a short one.
Yes, because there's so many individuals that they don't see this as medicine. They see this as the government attempting to control my freedom of choice. And, I always say, I can hear my grandmother in my ear right now, to much is given, much is expected. When you become a parent, a true parent, like we always say, from the top down, it is no longer about you. It is, what can I do for my child? And I hope and pray all these adults running around here making these decisions now don't come back around in 5-10 years and say, my child has serious respiratory problems related to COVID. Because we were just saying, we can't get everybody to do the same thing. We can't get everyone to wear a mask. We can't get everyone to social distance. We can't get everyone to get vaccinated.
Well, we've said this, and we'll say it again. This is not the first time we said this. COVID will never, ever disappear unless we have herd immunity like polio.
Yes.
So when that day comes, I'll be jumping for joy.
Yes.
I'll be running out and screaming.
Yes.
But I don't know when that will ever happen and if it will ever happen. So
yes. I just want us to be responsible adults. Stop being children. Stop running your life based on what you read on Facebook. I am so done with that. Take care of your babies, because that's what's most important.
Yeah.
Very important. Procter and Gamble.
Yes, Procter and Gamble. Why are we talking about Procter and Gamble? Why? Do you know why? Because of the rising prices of our everyday goods.
Ding, ding, ding.
Procter and Gamble are having to raise their prices because of shortage supply and less workers driving those trucks.
Yeah.
So everyday goods that you see, toothpaste, toilet paper, what else? Razors, diapers, they're all going up in pricing.
Yeah.
And I read today and I heard that it's because of the strain on supply and shortage on truck drivers. But did you know that like ground beef is going up 24 cents a pound, and chicken breast is going up $1 a pound, and monthly family, the dollar amount that we spend is going to go up by $175
a month.
That's what they're predicting.
Oh,
that's what
God.
I heard on Good Morning America.
That's just the start. Procter and Gamble, like she says, is that okay? So now it's going from the items that we use to keep ourselves clean and sanitize our homes. Now it's coming into the foods that we purchase. Yes. And dear God, my brain, they have that little emoji where the brain pops.
Yes.
That's what just happened to me, because my brain said, oh my God, $175. And that's just if they buy regular food. What if they're like Rosetta and I, who like organic, grass-fed, range-free, cage-free? Dear God.
Well, it's going to be more, and we're already spending enough, but we do
Yes.
it for our health, and it's going to go up. So we just cut back on other things, right?
You know, I always, I have friends and relatives. When I was a little girl, I was raised a lot by my grandmother and my grandfather because my mom, she was an assembly worker and she made bombs. Dear God, bombs. She worked at Barksdale Aero Force Base, and the ammunition that they got came from the manufacturing plant where my mom worked. So I always, I love living with my mom because it was city life.
Right.
Well, the grandmother was about country living, raising the food. So one of my aunts, she told me, we were talking about, prices of things, and she says, well, just grow your own, baby. You know how to do that.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I need land. And where I live, we butt up against a field.
Oh.
And at night, the raccoons and the skunks come trucking through the neighborhoods. Thank God we don't have any mountain lions. I'm not up in the hills, because there are people that have coyotes and mountain lions.
Yep, they do.
And all of that.
Bears.
And bears. So I understand. And so I was teasing my husband. I said, well, maybe I'll get me one of those little herb gardens that you can put inside the zipper. And so my husband, he looks at me and he says, and where are you going to put it, in the garage? Because if you put it in the backyard, they just going to drag it off.
Well, could you get something for in the house, inside the
Well,
house?
Every time I go to like grocery stores or Home Depot, I see those little herbs. And my mom, she loves green onions. And so she's like, when you get your onions, cut about that much off and leave the root and just stick it in some dirt. She goes, they'll grow.
And it'll grow.
Yeah. So, we're just kind of telling you whatever you would normally do, just start thinking back to the good old days. We used to be quite efficient at what we did. One of the things that I hope that we as Americans can get back to is working and collaborating together. When I was a little girl, my grandparents' philosophy was, as long as anyone in the neighborhood was working, all the families were fed. They didn't do this, I got mine, you get yours. And I just think we have to figure out, all of our food shouldn't have to come from other countries.
I know. And there are some neighborhoods, you're talking about that do collaborate.
Yes.
And a lot of them grow.
They do their little farmers market.
And then they divide and share, and they say, well, what do you have? I'll give you this, and I'll take this.
Yes.
But that's not my neighborhood.
Yeah, mine either. And we do have farmers market, and my favorite one is the Campbell Farmers Market. And it's Sunday mornings, and it's always at the same time as church. I'm going to have to figure out how to, move that around.
Well, maybe if you can't do the Campbell, there's a lot of Saturday farmers markets.
Yes, they're just not as good.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Everybody will tell you.
We
Campbell,
do have one of the better ones.
Yes, Campbell is one of the best. So I'm going to, like you, start, because if I'm going to pay more, this might be a good suggestion for you. If I'm going to pay more, I'm going to help my community. So I'm going to go and buy my produce from the farmers market where I can. There's companies up in Santa Cruz. There's a grocery store called Staff of Life. And it's very, very good. The meat is very, very pure. There are all kinds of, there's a Whole Foods up in Santa Cruz. When you go up the hill, even though it's not that far away, the flavor of the food is so much better. And I think we are going to have to figure out how to, empower those areas to grow and to, raise more foods for all of us versus, waiting on a container. That just drives me wild when I see, there's a cruise ship in the middle of all those container ships just sitting out there waiting to come into the port of Los Angeles.
Yeah. So you've been warned, right? They've been saying that the everyday practical products are going up in price. So I don't know, what can we do? And this leads on to the next topic of gas prices.
Yes.
They're saying that this is an all-time high.
Yes.
Within the last 7 years, we haven't had it this high. And because, we live in Silicon Valley, of course, it's going to be the highest.
Right.
The two highest states in America, guess what they are? California and Hawaii. We are over $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
I gassed up I don't know when I gassed up, maybe last week, $4.70.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
filled up my tank and I paid about 70 some odd dollars for
Yeah.
my gas tank, nearly $80.
And then we have people like my sister who has a Prius, and she gets She gets 52 miles to the gallon.
Wow.
So hybrid companies, electric car companies, hybrid car companies are going to make some money because people are going to get very tired of these excessive prices. So we'll keep you informed as we hear. However, you know, when my friends back east say, "Oh my God, gas is $3.19," and I'm like,
That's so cheap. That is cheap. I will get that. I will buy that any day over $4.70.
Absolutely.
And they say that it's not slowing down. It's going to keep going up through Thanksgiving. That's what they're thinking.
Yes.
So,
I keep telling everyone, all we have to do is stage a gas out and they would knock it off. People have power. They've just forgotten that they have it. If everybody picked a day, 1-2 days of the week and said, nobody buys gas, you let those people with all that gas start walking around going, where's my customers? Your prices are too high. Lower the prices and we'll come back.
Or maybe we can start walking everywhere.
Yeah.
Get some physical activity.
Yes.
And walk around, because I've seen people walk down, not even walk down, they can.
Right.
Drive down to the end of the street to get something and drive back.
Yeah, some of that is like, come on, we can do better. That I have neighbors who during COVID they bought new bicycles. Well, I thought they were bicycles. I'm like, oh, how cool! They'll go out and
yeah.
No, they're those electric. Those the powered bikes. They got
the scooters or the bikes?
It looks like a bike, but it's powered. It's not the human body.
Okay, it's not the one where you pedal.
No. And what they're finding out is it's the one that Simon was working with in his front yard
and he got
when he cracked his
injured.
back.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, why do you have that? And they used to jog and now they ride these bikes. And I'm like, so we'll just keep you informed about both of those. So last night was the beginning of the new Bachelorette. Michelle is a school teacher. She is someone that I really like her a lot, and I'm hoping she will find, a kind man. At first I was like, how is she going to do that with her kids? Because, my teacher, I would never think of my teacher kissing multiple men on television where I could see it at that little delicate age. However, she kicked off the show and she had some of her kids participate.
Talk about what they thought.
Yes.
How would it feel if I'm kissing all these men?
Yes.
She even asked the question.
Yeah, like how many bachelors do you think there'll be? And one of the child said, 15. And she says, how about 30? And they were like, oh, wow. And so that, and she goes, is that a lot? And I'm like, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's
Yes.
a lot. And oh my goodness, we started off with some drama.
And why did the person have
llama.
to be from San Jose, California? That's all I want to know. What's up with that?
I don't know. Yes, Ryan lasted less than one show and got kicked out.
And he should have gotten kicked out for what he was doing. And he was a terrible liar. I always tell people, try not to lie if you can help it. Because, you can't say, well, some friends printed this out for me. He got caught with information telling him how to handle Michelle, how to answer certain questions, how to behave in front of the cameras.
Right.
All pages of it.
Yes, and he was saying, no, it wasn't all me. It was my friends because they were trying to take notes and give me advice.
Yes.
And he said that he was watching The Bachelorette and he was taking notes while he was watching it. And he was not a very good liar.
Yes.
But you know what? I'm really proud of her because she went with her gut instinct and kicked him out.
Yes.
She didn't think, well, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll keep him around for a bit longer.
Yeah.
She just kicked him out the first show.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm liking about the Bachelorettes.
Yeah.
Because remember Katie?
Yes.
She wasn't as straightforward as Michelle because she she had no BS,
right.
but she did keep some people on longer than she needed to until she finally kicked them out. But there's starting to be a pattern where the women are putting up with no nonsense.
Yes, and I hope she's going to do the same thing with Joe. Joe kind of made my
Joe.
Okay, so here we are. We're connected. And then Rosetta turns around and forgets I ever exist. She ghosts me. And then I come to the Bachelorette, and then, because she looks at him, she goes, do I know you from somewhere? And he's like, I live in the same community that you live in. And then it comes out how. Now, to me, I would have sent him home too.
So it
because
happened.
The other guys, in order to be fair,
yes, he
shouldn't be able to stay.
Well, did it happen because she was DMing him?
Well, no. Something? Apparently, they were. She said something like, "Were you in my DM or was I in your DM or whatever?" But it was like they were talking because he said to her, I was going through some things and I didn't know how to tell you. Hello. If you're going through something, communications is key.
That's what she wanted. She said, yes, it's okay that you're going through stuff. Everyone goes, but it's not okay if you don't communicate that with me.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Right there, he's already shown his true colors.
I would have said
so. Why would you even bother to wait and see if he's going to change?
And I hope he doesn't turn out to be a dog. I like Nate. I
like Nate.
I thought he was so
don't know
sweet.
when he said his full name, I'm like, sounds nice the way he says it.
Yes.
So I really like Nate. There are some other men, I don't remember their names.
I liked when Romeo, he goes, my name is Romeo and I want you to be my Juliet.
Oh,
some of them was kind of cute.
Yes.
There are two people that I also am like, The person that had on the red apple that said he was a Granny Smith, which is green, but he's red.
I didn't get that either. I'm like, what? Granny Smith?
And then the other person was the one that was in the plate.
Oh, the one in the plate. Yes. Yeah.
Was that Ryan?
When I first saw him in the plate, I thought he was very fake.
Yeah.
He acted really fake. Did you notice if you were watching, he would put on this cheesy smile. He would talk to her and they go,
yes.
And then I thought he was going to come out from under the table.
Yes.
When he went into the house, he stayed under the table.
And he let them roll him around.
And every time they panned over to him, he would be listening to other people's conversation. All of a sudden he'd be like, he'll crack that smile. And I'm like, that is so fake. Why? I didn't like him.
Yes.
But then when he came out from under the table,
yes,
I kind of saw a different side to him.
Yes.
So I'm not really sure. I'm not saying that I like him a lot. He has to grow on me.
Yes.
But that cheesy smile was a bit annoying.
Yes. So there's a lot that's going on there. We're going to keep an eye on it because
exciting, and she's not going to put up with any nonsense. She said that right from the beginning.
Yes.
I'm authentic.
Yes.
And I want you to be all authentic.
That's right. And that's why I like Nate, because he said, you want authentic? Here I am. This is the authentic me.
Yeah.
So as long as he doesn't have girlfriends jumping out the closet that we don't know about, I think he's going to make it a long way.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Until next week.
Yes. So a new show started called The Clash of the Bands. And at first I thought, I don't know. I like Twitch is the host. I like the judges. I'm like, okay, we'll see. And so they did 2 bands, and it's really cool because what they do is they let the bands perform, and then they have Hollywood musician specialists work with them, and then they perform again. The first time they have the whole stage to themselves. Second time they're side by side. So you get to see what they're like.
Battling out against each other to see how well they perform.
Yes. So, Judge is still out. I'm like waiting to see. However, this week it's going to be Cher versus Tina Turner.
So if you haven't watched it, look for it because it's on Wednesdays tonight. It's called Clash of the Cover Bands, and the judges are Ryan. What's her name? Megan Trainor.
Thank you.
So I've blanked on that.
Yes.
Adam Lambert.
Yes.
And Esther Dean.
Yes.
Esther Dean, singer, songwriter. She's amazing. I love her.
She is. She writes a lot of songs that you sing that you just don't know that she wrote. She's amazing.
I feel that Megan Trainor is too nice.
Yes.
She needs to be a bit more harsher. But watch it and tell us what you think.
Yes.
So last week was good because they started off with U2 and Coldplay, and I did like U2. Coldplay, I'm glad they didn't win because so they get to win cash prize,
$10,000 that night,
and to go on the Jimmy Fallon show.
And then the winner out of all of the winners will have an opportunity to be on Jimmy Fallon.
I thought they went on Jimmy Fallon every week.
Nope.
Because they said the winner out of the two bands get to go on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, we'll double check
because he has a show every night, Jimmy Fallon.
But I haven't seen them on it yet.
Oh, okay, so we'll do some more investigation, and if you know, comment below.
Yes.
But we like the show and watch it tonight with Tina Turner and Cher.
That's right.
Exciting.
All right. So, if you all happen to be alive, you know that Courtney Kardashian is engaged. She was with Scott for many years. They have 3 beautiful children, no engagement, no marriage, and she says, I'm done. I've given you all I can give. She starts dating a new man, and he proposes. And not just proposes, I mean, it was all staged. The roses, they're standing in a field of roses, red roses. It's really, really pretty.
Yeah, so she got engaged to Travis Barker from Blink 182. He's the drummer, right?
Right.
He's the drummer with all the tattoos.
Yes.
And if you have been watching social media, you'll see that a lot of photos that they have no qualms about showing personal affection in front of people.
Not at all.
They're just like, she's jumping up on him and kissing him, and there was one with her jumping on him with her bikini on, half naked, and it was hot and steamy.
Yes.
And the engagement ring, I did some investigation, and here it is, the engagement ring, and he went to the same designer as who else? When Kim was engaged prior to Chris, and also Kanye West, the designer, designed this one.
Mm-hmm.
However,
it's like the family designer.
Yes, probably. It seems like it, but I think because Gloria said, I didn't think it was for the because it didn't seem very intricate. It was very plain,
right? But
I think it was for the cut, the clarity, and the count.
Yes.
So that's probably what they did.
The 3 C's.
Yes, but it does. It is big and it looks nice. So check it out. Here it is, and tell us what you think. And they had a nice engagement. I was trying to see were the other families there because they were on the beach, and I didn't know if I saw them.
That's a good point. So one of the ladies was talking about. Her name is Lonnie Love.
Yes,
and she has been guest co-hosting on this show. It's called Daily Pop. And one of the girls is out, and so she's been kind of filling in. Lonnie is brilliant because she said this morning, she goes, now, did you notice there's a camera in the corner? And Justin, that's my guy, said that, he goes, well, the Kardashians are moving to Hulu. I didn't know that.
Yes, there's going to be a Hulu show.
Yes. So Courtney and Travis are going to do their thing on Hulu, and it was funny because Lonnie, the first thing she said is, she goes, the ring, not my taste. She goes, but Chris had something to do with that ring because it's by the same family designer. Who would have thought?
Yeah, because who would have thought that Travis would have gone with their family designer?
Yes.
He could have gone with anyone out there.
To do his own thing.
Yes, but it happens that it kind of falls into a pattern, right?
Yes.
So it was okay. It was a big diamond, I must say.
Yeah.
But it wasn't intricate and really that jaw-droppingly
my thing
amazing.
Is a lot of ladies I've noticed, they're doing these big, huge center stones in these tiny little bands
around the outside.
I would be so afraid of losing my stone. When I first got married, I don't even think I'd had my ring for a month, and I was in the bathroom washing my hands, and it was one of the places where it couldn't go down the drain, and all of a sudden my stone was missing.
Oh.
Yes, and luckily one of my admin, she came in, and I'm like, oh my God. And so she hears 2 girls in the stall talking about the stone, but they're speaking, a different language, and she knew the language, and she bangs on the door, and she makes them give me back.
So what happened?
Oh, I took it back to the jeweler.
So you actually dropped the stone and they found it?
And they found it, and they were just going to keep it.
They were just going to keep it.
Yeah, and she's like, no, not on my watch. So TA was like, no. She goes, give me back my boss's stone. And they eventually gave it to me. And then because it was high like that. It was higher than the band. And so when he redid it, he took the thing that held the stone and he made it wider, and he dropped the diamond down.
Oh, so it was set into
it. But I like settings like that. These little bitty things now, because I mean, I look at everybody and I'm like, wow, you could just you could be washing dishes and just bang your hand. I mean,
well, they do say from a jeweler, because on Instagram, a jeweler said how to care for your jewelry.
Right.
And they said you really shouldn't be wearing it to do day-to-day tasks.
Right.
And you shouldn't be sleeping with it. You should never be in the gym with your jewelry.
Right.
And you have to really take care of even though diamonds are very sturdy.
Right.
You can't just be doing all sorts of things, because you never know what will happen, right? To keep them good quality and to last for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what they tell you. Take it off whenever you're doing stuff.
Yeah. I always take mine off. My sister never, she's one of those. She never takes it off. She sleeps in it. She, digs in the yard. She never takes her jewelry off.
It's bad because I never take my ring off either.
However, my jeweler, he's really cool because he'll send me an email once a year and it's time to come and check. So he always checks my stone, checks my prongs, and all of that. So, it's an investment as well as a demonstration of love. Yeah. So you got to take good care of it. Yes. All righty now. Let's see. Well, we had a lot more things, but we're going to just kind of wrap it up and talk about Dancing with the Stars.
I loved it.
You
it
did?
was Grease night.
Yes.
Oh my God. It brought back memories of watching Grease. When I was a child, I watched it so many times, and all of those, I love the way that they went through the progression of the film, how they did the dances at the beginning and then all the way to the end when they graduated. I loved it. It was like one of the funnest shows in a long time, because Grease is just that nostalgia. Yes. And I was singing to all the songs.
Yeah, because you knew them.
Yes.
That's the best part. That's like when I, have the opportunity. I used to love to go to plays. And a lot of it was to be able to sing the songs, because it just makes, the play a better experience.
Yeah, I just like, they were singing all those songs and I'm like, oh my God, that song. Like from Hopelessly Devoted to You to Sandy to that Rizzo singing in the bedroom. Yes. I was like, oh, they bring back memories. And then they did, what's that one with John Travolta with the cards?
Yes.
This car is automatic, systematic, whatever.
Yes.
God, I was like, and then we go together like Ramalama. Oh, I was like, that was really, they need to do that every single season. Yes. One show has to be dedicated to Grease.
Yes.
And I thought they all did pretty good. They upped their game because it was a fun theme.
Yes.
And you know what? I've said this before. I really love Amanda Kloots.
Yes.
And she was fabulous this week. She has it. She's been in the limelight since she was young.
Right.
And when I first saw her on the talk, I thought, who is this skinny lady and just very quiet, and who is she? And come to realize that she's amazing.
And she's coming out of her shell. She's letting people see her.
She has like the whole package for this show. So my first place is going to be her. That I want her to win. But I was upset that Mel C.
Oh, I know. That caught us all off guard, because her, and it also reiterates what is his name? Cuomo. No, Cuomo. He was a dancer on there one season, and he was talking to Justin one day, and he was talking about how he goes, "Did you last long?" And he goes, "Not long enough." And and I was like, woo, because he worked hard, he learned the dances, he did, like Sporty C said, every day she spent dancing. She did everything.
But she was really good.
And she did
for the past 4 weeks. She's been I don't know I don't understand.
I don't either. But we also talked about what's his name? The real life couple.
Oh, Brian Austin Green.
Yeah.
Well, they were gone.
Yeah. And you and I had already said if they had to or they were going to end up breaking up. That was just too much stress and strain on their personal relationship, and they should never do that again.
Yeah, so Dancing with the Stars, I love it. Grease was great.
Yes.
And tell us, because we want to know, if you watch Dancing with the Stars, who are your favorites?
Yes.
Who are your favorite couples?
Yes.
And who was that? JoJo and Jenna?
40. Perfect.
Can you believe
score.
that? I mean, it was pretty good. I must
Perfect
say,
score.
that was a good dance.
It was. I mean,
It
to get a
was.
10 out of Lim, oh, you were dancing your
Because
little...
in the past, we've said that she's kind of like, we weren't sure about her because
Right.
she's overly does it, all the moves
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
But this week was very good.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes. So we will keep watching and we'll keep talking
And
about
next
it.
week, I think it's what, Halloween night?
Yes.
They do all
Yes.
that.
So
every
now they're
season.
doing all the ghoul. Oh, so that'll be really good. So the last thing we're going to wrap up with is, as we always try and talk about, COVID, and right now there's lots of conversations about the boosters, and President Biden and his team says by the first week of November, they will be gearing up to get shots out for kids, because kids cannot wait to take off these masks. Adults might be playing a cray-cray game. However, our kids...
Our kids, so 12 and under. I think it's
Yes,
5.
I think
5
it's
is
5
the
to
youngest.
12.
5 to 12.
Yeah.
That they're going to have them be allowed to do that.
And some of the conversations with the booster, which I got my shots. I'm very proud I got my shots. However, I'm not going to mix and match. And the FDA is trying to review information that says if you got Pfizer, you could get the Moderna booster. If you got Moderna,
I think, were they saying that? Because I thought they were saying if you got, because Johnson and J&J,
Yes.
it's just one shot.
Right.
So they're saying for the Johnson and Johnson specifically, you should get either Moderna or
Right.
Pfizer. But Moderna, because now it's not been approved
No.
yet, you can get the Pfizer.
Right.
But I don't know if people got the Pfizer could get the Moderna.
Well, the Moderna hasn't been
It hasn't
been
been
released.
It hasn't
I
been
just
released,
know
I
that
guess.
people that have the Moderna are going and getting the Pfizer booster.
Okay.
And I'm like, good for you. I'm not going there.
Well, especially if I had the J&J, I would definitely get the booster.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah,
a lot
but-
of people did that because they said
They
one
got
and
one
done.
shot, and there you
One
go.
and done.
One and
but
done.
now they're saying that you better get a booster.
Yeah, one and done is not one and done anymore.
No.
So we're going to continue to keep an eye on this because it's important. Between the ages of 5 to 12, we want our babies to be properly vaccinated. We don't want them to be too much, because what they showed in the documentation I saw is it's half of a regular
Yes,
shot.
half of a dosage.
So I'm sure they have done lots and lots of tests. They've even had kids come on and say, I got to be a participant in the test, and they're so cute. And it's like, they're fine. And I love Whoopi Goldberg, because Whoopi's philosophy is, she goes, do I have 2 heads? Do I have 4 tails? No.
She says that a lot.
And she's like, so if it didn't hurt me, why do you think it's going to hurt you?
Exactly. I laugh when I hear she always says
she always
that.
says that.
She always says 2 heads and a tail.
Yeah.
The tail is hilarious.
Yes,
No.
and some days, when she's talking about how she gained a little weight during COVID, she'll say, 2 tails, 4 tails, it's just really, really funny. So, that is our chat for today.
Yeah, we've talked about so much. And we love our chats because we do talk about all our loves, likes, and
Yes.
socials. And we want to remind you, if you're watching and you want us to discuss anything, we don't mind discussing. Put it in the
Yes.
comments below.
Yes.
And we're Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
Yes,
TTT.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
if you're out there and you make teas, you sell teas, your tea shop, please let us know, because we'd love to patronize your teas. And if you have a shop, we'd love to come and try your teas, and we'd love to feature you maybe in one of our upcoming chats,
Absolutely.
because tea is the name of the game.
That's
and
right.
we had Good Earth today. We're loving
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So we love it, love it, love it. And
Yes.
comment below and we'll get in touch with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ellen always reminds us that she feels the love in the room. She sends it back out to everyone. Go out and share it. And we hope you will all go out and share the love that we send to you. Please, please, please use your conscious mind and your heart. We can get out of this. We can. We just have to do it together. And until everybody is willing to do it together, we are going to spiral.
Okay. Yes, we are. We are.
Yes.
No, that's important.
Yes.
But yeah, so we'll do it all together.
Yes.
So thanks everyone. And if you liked our video and would like more of this, don't forget to like it. Hit the thumb icon.
Yes.
Please, please, please consider subscribing to our channel and hit the bell notification if you don't want to miss any of our videos. But we've had a marvelous time.
Marvelous.
And we want to remind you to always remember to keep smiling. Bye-bye now. Take care.